All right. This post here says, "I'm no longer a Democrat because I'm a liberal. I still believe in liberal values, common sense, pluralism, and actual debate. What I no longer believe in is today's Democratic Party still stands for those things. At some point, you stop staying loyal to them. You stop staying loyal to the memory and something of something, and deal with what has actually become."
I'm no longer a Democrat because I'm a liberal. At this point, it's beginning to feel like I'd be better off voting Republican and fighting against bad ideas within the Republican Party than voting Democrat and fighting against bad ideas inside the Democratic Party. For example, when I bring up concerns I have with friends on the right about like LGBT rights, immigration issues, abortion, gun control, more often than not, there is room for finding some kind of a middle ground. But when I bring up concerns I have with people on the left about anti-Semitism, Islamism, communism, more often than not, the response is either intimidation, condescension, or just a demand for complete obedience. When your politics require people to submit to orthodoxy, that is not liberalism, that is fascism. I'm no longer a Democrat
Damn.
because I'm a liberal.
Apparently, there's like another one too of these. Right here. Another voter just walked away, said out loud, "I'm officially coming out as Republican. The left pushed me to the right."
All right, y'all. I'm officially coming out as a Republican. The left has truly swayed me over to the right. And I think they're proud of it too. Because all of this stupid controversy going on because of a comment that I made on a TikTok video. The left mob is absolutely losing its mind. And I used to be on the left. I used to be gung-ho LGBT. I was an activist for the LGBT people before they, like, gays even had a legal right to marry. I was going out and I was a Galenson representative in my...
Well, it's a completely different thing now, right? Like it's the movement has gone beyond like a movement for equality, right? Because before it was there's good arguments for in terms of like from a governmental standpoint that for that level of equality, because there's a tax incentive for it, right? The tax incentive was tied to being married, not to babies, so like it doesn't really make sense in that case. I personally think that the tax incentive should be on the actual having children, not on the actual marriage part, but you know, that's just me. Anyway, so like if you're a liberal from that time where you're just I just want like equal tax rights for gay people, I can get behind that, right? But once it gets it's not even close to that anymore. It's no longer about that. It's gone from that to like full-blown cultural worship of the thing, and like everyone can see it. You see it with the whole pride thing. It's all about bending the knee now, and so it's not even the same fight anymore. Like you might think it is, but it's not. It's not the same movement anymore.
School district. But at this point, I don't want to be associated with the LGBT either, despite even being gay, because
you hear this a lot too.
Stand y'all anymore.
There are so many people like this that they're gay and they're just like, I can't get behind this anymore because it's like ridiculous. It's no longer about equality. It's about something else. The struggle was over, but they still needed something to struggle for, and that's what you're seeing now.
More like I make one comment about a grieving mother who was very respectful about how they were referring to their trans child, by the way. They were referring to them as both Michael and Lexi. And in the comments of people that actually knew her child, were referring to her child as Michael. And she was shit on in the comments for referring to her child as her son. Because the left...
It's because these people have no grace. They don't understand too. Like even for people that are trans, right? Like you got to understand that people have known you for so long. Even if we were, even if it does happen, right? Even if it does happen, and you can live however you want. Even if you say that, these people have lived with you, with that person, for so long under that other idea of them, right? So to expect them to immediately just throw it all away like that because of your feelings is ridiculous. Like, there has to be grace on both sides. You can't just say, you know, this is my pronouns now, this is my name now, and if you don't call me that, I'm gonna crash out. Like, it's ridiculous, right? Like, people need that time, even to, like, people still need that time to even adapt to it. So it's like, if you don't show them any grace, why should anyone show you grace? It doesn't make any sense.
The trans mom.
And also, it's not even them. It's other trans people. It's like the completely different ridiculous thing is like they're getting upset on behalf of another person.
Mob will never accept that. They can't let a woman who is taking responsibility for not being a present enough mother, for not loving her child enough, for who's trying to be a better person and being vulnerable in her grief journey, it's still not good enough. So they have to shit all over her and kick someone when they're down, right? Because that's the righteous thing to do if you're part of the trans mob, insane, like, liberal left.
Here's another thing to think about, right? So if we were to take what trans people say is true, so what do they say is true? This is from trans people themselves. Being trans is terrible. Who would want to be trans? Trans makes me want to kill myself. I just feel like I'm in agony all the time. They say all of these things about trans stuff, right? So if that's true, and we were to assume that that's true, then wouldn't a good parent grieve that? Right? Like, if I were to take that as 100% truth, what trans people say from their own mouths, and then my kid said that they were trans, you know, of course I'd feel bad about it. But you're telling me that my kid is going to be like, they're going to feel like wanting to kill themselves all the time, that they're going to be depressed all the time, that they're, you know, that no matter what, they're never going to get what they want and they're going to be miserable about it? Yeah, of course you would grieve that. What the hell are we even talking about? Right? Like, none of this makes sense.
So I make a comment just basically supporting the mom, saying, you have every right to refer to your child as your son. Apparently that's the worst thing you could ever possibly do as a human being, because I have people coming onto my page, screenshotting my TikToks to shit on my appearance and put it in the comments there. Meanwhile, they look identical to me. They're just white liberal women just flooding the TikTok. That they look like me, like basic white girls. But they're going to shit on my appearance because I said one thing that they disagreed with.
It's classic.
It just,
well, they know that for women, appearance is a big factor of insecurity. So like they know that if someone attacked their appearance, like they would be really upset by it. So that's the route that they take. They're taking the route of maximum damage, even if it's hypocritical. Krufix, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you.
It's like, tell me you're mentally ill without telling me you're mentally ill. Like, they're advertising it online at this point. And then just the bullying, like coming to my page when you don't know me because I made
the nicest people, by the way, the nicest people in the world. The ones who are so about kindness, so about not hurting people's feelings. They're the worst people. Like these people are literally, like, the more a person tells you that they're that they care so much about this sort of shit, they care so much about not hurting people's feelings, those people are always the worst. It's like almost always.
A comment on someone's TikTok that you don't know them either, coming to my page to find videos of me grieving my dead mom, for you to go, talk about him and just misgendering my mom to try to offend me.
Who the fuck is Leaflit?
And again, why do they do this? You see this all the time. Who
the fuck is Leaflit?
These nicest people in the world, they consistently go for the most vile attacks looking for any little break in your armor that can hurt you. It doesn't matter like how bad, how evil they have to go for it, because they don't. You understand? Like these people, I'm gonna give you a little bit of like this liberal mindset, okay? You can't, when you're emulating these people, you can't emulate them. You have to emulate them. You can't like you can't run your own process. You can't run your own hardware, because your own hardware would be like, well, that's like vile. Like I wouldn't want to do something like that, right? Because I wouldn't want people to do this to me. That's not how they think. The way that they think is, if the target is valid, if the target is our enemy, it doesn't matter what we do. Literally, like anything that we do against an enemy of the group is 100% moral and justified. Right? So
who the fuck is
it doesn't
Leaflit?
matter if it involves, I mean, you see this all the time. You see this with I mean, they will go to whatever lengths that they can. They will take the most dastardly, diabolical angle to deal maximum damage to you. I mean, look what they're doing with Chibi too, right? Like posting pictures of like his brother's grave, like threatening to dig it up, posting pictures of like using his bones for like purposes. It's the same thing here. Like now they're attacking like her because, you know, her mom died, and like they're using her dead mother as a attack vector for her. You know, appearance.
Who the fuck is
they would
Leaflit?
never attack a trans person's appearance. They would never do that, right? Oh, you're beautiful no matter what. You're always so beautiful. And yet, what happens? The instance an enemy,
Who the
the
fuck is
first thing
Leaflit?
they go for is an attack on your appearance. First thing that they do. The point being is, they don't really care how vile the things that they do are. They don't think about it. They don't think, wow, this is a really disgusting thing to be doing. They don't think like us. So like you have to emulate them to understand why they're doing it. And the reason that they're doing it is because they just want maximum damage. They want maximum psychological, maximum psycho damage on the person, basically. They want to hurt you as much as they can because, and this is why I think, honestly, like if they could, they'd kill you. I really think they would, for real.
Like, I don't get offended by pronouns.
If they could get away with
and
it, they do
little
it for
tiny
sure.
words like she, her, he, it, they, like you do. And the fact that you would even go to like my page to shit on my dead mom, like,
Ancient Arts,
hello?
thank you so much.
Is this you trying to convince me to get to your side on the left to be pro-trans?
Yep.
I was never anti-trans. And anyone that knows me knows this. I've never been...
And this is why I keep saying that. These bad actors, not... Oh my god, guys. I gotta show you... Okay, I'm not gonna watch the video right now because it's like really, really long. But I just want to point it out. I just want to point this video out. It's actually a very good video. You should definitely watch it.
This is mass Jewish.
Okay, this video just came out. Yeah, that's right. You heard that. Mass Jewish. That was the first thing. Yeah, it's how you know it's going to be a good video. But you've got this video here from Basecamp. So this is Malcolm. By the way, Malcolm's coming on again on Friday. So it's going to be really, really fun. We're going to nerd out again for a whole day. But Malcolm does this video here. The tools Jews use to mitigate anti-Semitism was inverted. This is a really good video talking about this phenomenon. Where you have people who go out, they go out of line. They go out of line to do like bad, they just out of line. It's people that are out of line, and everyone else in the group protects them. Everyone else protects them. And that's kind of what this is about, is how it's very, very difficult to not make it about the whole group. So let me explain. So if you have a situation in which trans people are acting out and saying and doing vile things, and then when you say something at them, you say, that's bad, that's a terrible thing. And what you have is other trans people backing them up instead of condemning them. So you point out, like, look, there's this trans person who did this awful thing. There's this trans person that's abusing the law. There's this trans person that's abusing this, abusing these systems. And instead of condemning the trans person, they condemn the person that is bringing up. They're condemning the person bringing up the infraction, not the trans person. And then they rally around the trans person and protect them. But you want to know what that does? And this is, again, in this video, if you want to watch it, this is a really great video for this exact thing. What it causes is it causes people to now, okay, I can't attack individuals, because if I attack individuals, the entire group will swarm me. So now I have no choice but to attack the whole group. Now you have to go for AoE because they're all in it together. Obviously not all of them. Obviously there's a couple people in the fringe that aren't going to be for this, but when you have a large group of them that are not being condemned from within their own group, then it forces other people to have to target the whole group. And that's what causes this entire thing. And you see this happening with, you see this happening with immigrants. You see this happening with trans people. You see this happening with the Jewish thing. You see this happening even to a lesser extent, like the Black community. You have all of this stuff happening within all of those groups. And it causes these problems where now it becomes about group warfare rather than accountability for an individual. All right, let's finish up this video here.
Been shitty to any of the trans people in my life. I've been nothing but supportive. Like, I just, like, hello? So, yeah, at this point, I'm coming out, I'm voting Republican, down the
blacks to a huge extent. Holy crap. The reason I say it's not as much of an extent on black people is because there's a lot of black people that call out the black stuff. I mean, they make entire videos. I mean, this is the Boondocks was kind of about that, right? It's like there's a lot of visible pushback, whereas it's not the same in like trans stuff and Jewish stuff.
fucking line. I'm done. And I don't know. Next thing Trump should do is bring back insane asylums and put these fucking people in it.
In the box!
Thank you.
That's right! Put them in the box. Exactly. Put them in the fucking box. But yeah, that was a really good video.